Well, good morning. Sunday morning, June 12th, 2011. And you are watching Take 5. We've been studying the book of Matthew since January 1st. We started Matthew chapter 1, verse 1. We're now up to Matthew chapter 25, verse 1. Then the kingdom of heaven will be like 10 virgins who took their lamps and went to meet the bridegroom. 5 of them were foolish, and 5 were wise. For when the foolish took their lamps, they took no oil with them, but the wise took flasks of oil with their lamps. As the bridegroom was delayed, they all became drowsy and slept. But at midnight there was a cry, "Here is the bridegroom, come out to meet him." Then all those virgins rose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." But the wise answered, saying, "Since there will not be enough for us and for you, go rather to the dealers and buy for yourselves." And while they were going to buy, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went in with him to the marriage feast, and the door was shut. Afterward the other virgins came also, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." But he answered, "Truly I say to you, I do not know you. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour." Well, Jesus hasn't taught a parable in a while, so we're back to teaching some parables. But now these parables all have to do with Judgment Day. And when they had weddings back then, it was a long affair. It sometimes lasted all day, sometimes into the night, sometimes way into the night, and that's what you've got here. And you've got the 10 bridesmaids, and they're referred to as 10 virgins. And generally, back then, bridesmaids were virgins. I know that's not the case today, but back then they had higher morals than they do now. So the 10 bridesmaids are there, and they're kind of waiting for this part of the festivities to start, where the bride is going to go to their house, and the groom is going to go to their house, and they're going to have a procession from that house all the way to his house, and that's where they're going to end things. Well, it takes a while, but then anyway, somebody says the groom's about to show up. He's coming, and they realize they don't have enough oil, so they're asking their friends to give them some of the oil. 5 of them have plenty, 5 don't. The other one said, "We can't let you have our oil because we'll run out. So you need to run quickly into the streets and get some." But that's exactly what happens. They go to buy it, but while they're gone, then the groom shows up and they start the procession. And then when those girls come back, those virgins, they can't get in. And the lesson here there's a couple of lessons here. First of all, you got to have your own oil. You got to have your own relationship with God. You can't get in on somebody else's relationship with God. Just because your mama got in, just because your daddy got in, just because your brother got in, just because your sister got in, husband, wife, whatever, doesn't mean you're going to get in. You got to have your own oil. You got to have your own relationship with God. Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning, burning, burning. Remember that song? You got to have your own relationship with God. Secondly, you got to be ready. He could come anytime. So just because your relationship with God was good yesterday doesn't mean it's going to be good today. There's another song I'm thinking of. You may be saved today, but tomorrow you could be lost in sin. You got to keep that relationship fresh. You've got to keep the oil going in your relationship with God. Keep it oiled up. Keep it full. Don't run out. Don't run low. Then if it takes a while, and it has taken a while, it's been 2,000 years, he still hasn't come back. But if it takes a while, you'll still be ready. So this is a parable looking to Judgment Day. And remember, your personal Judgment Day is your death, and you don't know when that is. I was diagnosed in January of 2007 with congestive heart failure. I thought I was going to die that year. And frankly, I know, because I've got an irregular heartbeat and congestive heart failure, I could go anytime, but I'm ready. I stay ready. I don't slip away from God. I don't let God get too far away. I stay close to him. I'm ready. I'm ready to meet him. I'm ready for the wedding. I can't wait, actually. I am ready for the great wedding feast. How about you? All right. More parables along this line, different aspects of being ready for judgment on the next edition of Take 5.